Hello and welcome to English 101, College Reading and Composition 1. Who am I? I'm Nuala Mary Linka, aka Nunu, and I'm not your boss. I'm not God, definitely not. I'm your friendly teacher guide, and the emphasis is on this word guide. Why is that? Well, let's answer that question with another question. Who are you? Who are you in this course? You're my student. That's true. I'm guiding you in the learning process. You're my teacher too. That means you're my teacher. You're teaching me how to teach you. And you're also coming up with insights into our class readings that I may not come up with. And you're teaching me in that way as well. You're my collaborator. You and I are collaborators in this classroom. And here's a great truism, a great truth about the teaching learning process. Without each other's help, we will not be successful in this course. You're smart, you're a hard worker, you'll do what you need to do, you'll probably pass the course, but you should have fun teaching, learning, and collaborating, and I should have fun too. We need to work together to be really successful. We teach each other. There's not just one red apple for me in the course. There's a red apple for you too, as the teacher, the student, the collaborator, both of us. Okay, let's find out about our English 101 course, what it is we're going to be doing. So here we are in English 101, College Reading and Composition 1. Think of it as the research paper course. Okay, and I'm going to click on the student view here so I can see what you see. And you're going to see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tabs in this course. We don't have a whole lot of tabs. I hide them, I bury them because we don't need them. I think the fewer tabs we have, the more lucid, the more clear the course is. So let's look at all these tabs starting with home. What is home? Think of home as a gigantic bulletin board, like those bulletin boards we used to have in our classrooms when we were little. The teacher would decorate them, the students would decorate them. They would come up with neat images and themes that we can look at, and that's what I like to do in home. So let's look at the image that I have here. I have Lisa Simpson, and she's bored in class as the teacher screens a movie, and I have to laugh when I look at this because it reminds me so much of my education and what I went through, where I was kind of passive in the classroom and just not participating. The teacher was in control, and we're not going to have that kind of teacher-centered classroom here. It's student-centered, and we work together. Okay, so I have this image of Lisa here because our research paper topic, what we're going to write about is what is the cause or causes of low student success rates in the U.S., and what is the solution or solutions to this problem. Okay, so that's why we have Lisa there. We have two of the major players in the teaching learning process, the teacher and the student. And the student needs to be the teacher too, and the teacher needs to be the student. They need to collaborate on learning so that it makes sense, so it's meaningful and fun. And that's what I want you to have in this classroom. Okay, so let's scroll up and look some more at the bulletin board. And before we do, let me tell you, if you have an idea for an image that we can put on the bulletin board, let me know, and we'll decorate it together. Okay, so let's scroll up and see what I have here. I always have a to-do list for you. I have week 1 in modules, April 8th through the 14th, 2019, discussion 1, FAQ, frequently asked questions, and an MLA quiz. And I have this little hand here, this icon, to show you this is a link to modules. Now, modules is our Bible in the classroom. It contains everything we need. We don't need any other tab to get to our assignments except for modules. So why do I put this to-do list here when you have one over here? The system generates one, and it's pretty nifty because when you're done with an assignment, you can simply click on this X and it'll go away and you can keep organized this way. So I like this to-do list, but the reason I like to put my own to-do list here with a link to modules is because it allows us to focus on 1 week at a time. You can see right away what it is you have to do without reading down here, and it's in big print. Okay, so I can click on modules here, or I can click on modules here in this handy link. I'm going to click on it here. Okay, so it takes us into week 1. And let's scroll down here, and you're going to see that I have all the weeks of the semester here, everything we're going to do, even an honors assignment for you, and I'll discuss this later, what this is about, the honors program. But I have everything here, and you can access any of these assignments at any time. Now I'm going to ask you not to jump ahead and do discussion assignments, because discussions are not for one person, they're for all of us as a group, that we work together, we teach and learn from each other, and we collaborate. But definitely go through the assignments and check them out. Now, while we're in modules, I need to show you something. The Canvas software allows me to list only one due date here. And this is deceptive because I usually list the very last day of the week or the last day of an assignment. And what you've got to do with every assignment in here is you've got to go through and you've got to look at this link, the due dates here, and click on it because I'll tell you when things are actually due. And I usually have, and let me blow this up so you can see it, I usually have a part 1 in my assignments and I have a part 2. So I have the actual due dates here, and those are incredibly important, so you need to pay attention to them. If you ever think you're not going to make a due date, come over here to Inbox, chat with me, let's have a conversation and find out what's going on and how I can help you. Okay, now I'm going to click back on Home, and I'm going to minimize the screen a little bit so this is all neat and lined up. We've gone over our bulletin board in Home, we've gone over modules. Let's go over our syllabus. So here is our syllabus, and I've broken it into 16 pieces, 16 links such as the instructor and course information. You have lots of information you need here. The office hours I keep, Mondays and Wednesdays, 12 to 2 p.m. in general classroom building, office 210D. You have the course and the section number, all of this kind of information. Okay, I'm going to click on the back arrow and go back into the syllabus. You should go over all of this information, learn about assignments and grading, learn how I grade discussion rubrics, and you have a general essay rubric, you have my tardy and absence policy, my late assignments policy, everything here. And something that's incredibly important, you have DSPNS and ADA rights. And so if you have a learning disability, and I have a learning disability, I'm a spatial dyslexic, geometry is just the worst for me, and reading maps, that's my problem. Some of my sisters are dyslexics, and autism runs in my family. I have a number of people with autism in my family. And I don't like the term special needs because it makes people seem like they're off or there's something not quite right with them. If you have an LD, autism, anything that you have, it makes you special and unique, and you learn in a different way. And you want to be aware of the services that are available to you. So I have all of this information here. Okay, so please read it and learn all about it. Okay, so this is our syllabus here. And I also have a great, gigantic, ginormous syllabus here if you wanted to print out the whole thing, which probably you don't. You might just be interested in specific parts of the syllabus. Okay, so what comes next on our menu here? We have grades, and grades is incredibly important because that's where you learn your grade and you read my notes to you. I never just slap a grade on a paper and that's it. I'm writing you notes. And in discussions, I'm very active. I'm in your thread. I'm reading everything you write to me, to others, to all of us. We're all collaborating together. But grades is where you read special notes to you about your assignment and any advice I have to give you and help, and we collaborate together. Okay, what comes next is Canvas tutorials right here. If you're unfamiliar with working in a Canvas classroom, you definitely want to click on this link and learn how to do so. Then we have Office 365, which I personally love. It has all kinds of neat apps in there that you can use to help you to write essays and do all the different things you need to do in a classroom. And last but not least, we have conferences. And I'm still experimenting a little bit with conferences and something called Con4Zoom. Sometimes you're far away from me, you can't come in, and you like to see me face to face. And I'm finding the best method to work with you. Sometimes it's Skype. Sometimes students and I Skype together. So stay posted on this. I'll probably use conferences. We'll see how it works. I'll get feedback from you and we'll decide together what works. Now, something else, I'm always in inbox here, and you're never, ever bothering me. If you email me, never be afraid to email me. Don't be afraid to email me too much. If something is not clear to you, then you need to teach me how to make it clear, and I need to work with you. We need to collaborate together, okay? So I'm going to go back to our wonderful bulletin board in home, where I have Lisa, and Lisa reminds me of me, and that's my teacher, Miss Kropasic. Okay, so if you have anything to contribute to bulletin board, let me know. And any questions or concerns, I am here, and I do keep my office hours, and let's have a lovely, beautiful, wonderful, productive, meaningful, fun semester, okay? I care about your learning, and I want this teaching, learning, collaborating experience to be a good one for you. Okay, so let's get started.